Hello everyone, good afternoon. My dear authors and invited guests, welcome to technical session 6C. Myself Harsh Soni and I will be the moderate the session. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the ninth International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Sustainable Development, ICT4SD 2024. The ninth edition of this conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. Physical conference has been organized in Goa. It's in today, and the virtual conference is being held through Zoom by today and tomorrow. It means 8th and 9th August 2024. I hope you will all enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive sessions through the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations. Each presenter will get 8 minutes for the presentation and 2 minutes for the question and answers. On 7 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder so that you can conclude your presentation on time. And there is another request to all the participants that you may all please stay connected with us till the closing remarks so we can capture the good memories of this virtual conference. And if you have any query or any update, you can write it to me directly in the chat box. So just before we get started, I'd like to introduce you all to the chair for the session, Dr. Rachna Sable. Dr. Rachna is working as an assistant professor and HOD in GH Raisoni College of Engineering and Management, Pune. She has total 17 years of experience. Her area of expertise, machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, computer vision, and statistical analysis. Dear ma'am, we welcome you for the chairing the session.
Thank you.
Okay, so moving forward for the presentations, I'd like to invite our first presenter. Our first presenter is Anushya Chaudhary, and she is going to present on advancement of crypto economics in India. The presenter, you may please start your presentation.
Yeah, just give me a minute to share my screen.
Yes, yes, please. I think so she is facing a technical issue or network issue might be. So we'll move forward for the next presenter. Next we have Archit Sunil Nawale, and he's going to present on Campus Connect, centralized
Hello.
hub
Hello.
for announcements and community engagement with analytics.
Hello.
Yes, Anshuya, you here?
Actually, I'm unable to share my screen.
Try it now. I hope Archit is ready with his presentation.
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes, Archit, you may please start your presentation. Anshuya can present after this.
Okay. Is my screen visible? Hello?
Yes, it is visible. Please make it full screen and go ahead for the presentation.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone, and respected judges. My name is Archit Sunil Navle, and I'll be presenting on my project, Campus Connect, a centralized hub for college announcements and community engagement with analytics. So, continuing with the presentation, this is the presentation outline which I'll be following. And starting with the problem statement. So, as we know, within academic environments, extracurricular activities and club activities plays an important role in overall development of student. So, for this, being notified and being aware of this interesting programs and conferences happening in college, it is necessary that we stay connected with our clubs, club announcements, and their news. So, as we know, in every colleges, there are various clubs and each club organizes various events. But the problem here is that whenever club organizes an event, what they do is they type announcement on WhatsApp and they circulate in our college WhatsApp group, right? So here there is lack of a centralized platform. So with because of absence of a centralized platform, it becomes difficult for student to stay connected. So Analyzing this problem statement, we did a survey in our college, and this survey was filled by faculty members, students, and even the club presidents. So after doing a survey and analyzing the problem, we developed Campus Connect, which is our project. So continuing with the proposed system, Campus Connect is a web-based solution. It is a centralized hub where students can easily access college club announcements. Here, club presidents can creatively blog an announcement on the website itself and post it to students, where student can access all the announcement, register in the events on the website itself. Even whenever they have a doubt or query regarding a particular event, they can ask this doubt on the website itself, because we have created different communities for different clubs where they can clear their queries and doubts. Also, in Campus Connect, uh, club presidents can creatively blog an announcement and send it to students. Here we also have a separate social media platform where students can connect with their seniors, their club members, and teachers. Uh, so the core features of this project are club announcement, announcement creation, group chats and discussion, like button on announcement, multiple group chat, registration for event, announcement expiry, and announcement broadcast for specific group, and social media integration. So here we have three actors. One is student, the second is club admin, and we also have a super admin. Continuing with the flow charts, this is a flow chart from club admin's perspective. Here, admin will log in into the website and he'll be redirected to homepage. Here, club admin can perform two activities. First is he can create an announcement on the website itself. Then he can set timer for the announcement. After that, it will get expired. Then he can post an announcement and he can delete the announcements also. Uh, he also has access to group chats where he can clear doubts raised by students. So with this all activities, the club admin flowchart ends here. Then here it is a student flowchart where student can log in and he'll be redirected
Archit,
to his
Archit,
homepage. Yes,
Archit, can you
yes,
show
ma'am.
me your overall architecture, system architecture?
Ma'am, in this PPT, I have included flowcharts.
You have not made the overall system architecture, how your system is going to work with
Yes, ma'am. I have made it.
individual. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I have made it, but right now I have not included that picture in this photograph, in this in PPT, because we had
Okay.
timeline issue.
And how you have shown the results then? Go to the next slide.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. After the flowcharts, here there is implementation screenshots, ma'am. So can I begin with implementation directly?
Yeah, show me your results, how you are means what I am thinking is directly you have
Mm-hmm.
means on the web portal only the club admins and all are going to log in and they have to post and all the likes and
Yes,
all
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
social
ma'am.
media interactions are there.
Yes, ma'am.
So in your survey, did you get the means positive reply for all this? Means that those things will
Yes,
be
ma'am.
open for all. Anybody can log into
Yes.
your websites and they can get access to whatever the students are saying regarding the various clubs or all like
Uh,
so.
no, ma'am. So what the issue is that this issue has been faced in every college, right? In every
Yeah.
college there are clubs, and what we do is we send club admins. What they do is they type an announcement on WhatsApp, then they circulate it to
Like
teachers
that I
group,
got. My
and then
question
teachers
is the
send it.
privacy concerns.
And
The
then teachers
privacy
send it.
concerns.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes, ma'am. So here, what we have done is that this here will have logins for only college student only, ma'am. This project will be hosted on the college website
Okay.
itself, and there every student will have login ID password. So just a
No,
second.
suppose I visit your college login, maybe for getting any information regarding. So there I might be seeing all these clubs and all, na? So that will be publicly visible or what?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Only students, everyone in college only they can see, like
Okay,
teachers,
they can
faculties, and
log in
students.
and they can see.
Yes,
That is
ma'am. They
what you
can
want
see.
to say.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, publicly, whoever is going on your website and visiting, so all those chats and all those will not be
No, ma'am.
publicly
No, ma'am.
visible.
No,
That is
ma'am.
what you want to say.
Only college students and faculty members, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay,
So,
okay.
ma'am, as you can see, this is
Yeah.
the login page, and here we have asked roll number and password. So, after entering into the system, this is registration page, and after logging in, so this is the page of super admin, right, ma'am? So super admin will be in the hands of principal or anyone in the college itself or administrator. So what he can do is that every time, many times, new clubs are added, and also some clubs are getting shut down also. So super admin can generate a club from his login account, and he can initialize and create credential and give it to club presidents. Okay. So here he can add club and give the credentials here, and he can add club. Like here we can see he is creating a new club. Okay. So after that, he can also delete various clubs, like if a student requests. And ma'am, this is the page when club admin logins into the system. Okay. So whenever club president login into the system, he can creatively blog an announcement on the website itself. So he can include pictures, registration link, and he can also send this announcement to directed student only. Like let's say if he want to send this tree
Yeah, for
plant
a particular class or
particular,
particular
yes,
group of students you want to
yes,
say.
ma'am.
Yes, I understood.
We can
Yes.
also set a expiry date. So after the expiry date, it will automatically get removed, ma'am. Okay. So this is the first step, and then he can post the announcement. Then student can see the announcement. Then here he can see all the history of the announcement which he has sent, and he can also see how many students are interested or not. He can also delete the announcement manually also. And ma'am, you can see here there is a chat option. Like whenever student have any doubt, they can post their doubt in the chat itself, and then club president can clear all the doubts regarding event or club. So whenever announcement is created and posted, each student will get an email notification, as you can see on the screen, ma'am.
Yes.
So ma'am, this is the login of this is the portal of student portal. Whenever student login, he can see like this. So on the left side, he can see the dashboard. Here there are various clubs like NSS club, CSI, ADL, Rhythm clubs. So whenever he clicks, like let's say he has clicked on NSS, and he can see all the announcement posted by NSS club. He can also like if he is interested. And as you can see on the right corner, there is chat option. So whenever he has doubt regarding this tree plantation drive or NSS club, he can post his doubt on the chat itself. Now here we have created different chat rooms for different clubs so that it is centralized only. So this is the screenshot of group chat. Here we can see that student has a doubt, and he has asked in this group chat, and CSI president has replied to his doubt. Okay. So here we also have developed a separate social media for college itself. Like we have used Instagram for our social purpose. We use LinkedIn for to connecting with seniors and companies. So it is a combination of that. It will be used only by campus student only. They can post creative things happening in colleges, anything, any conference happening in colleges. They can share their views, comment, post, and they can also connect with seniors. Uh, After that, they can like this is a normal social media, so they can post anything they want, and also we can connect with seniors. So we can comment on the post itself. We can like the post. So this is a personal chat where we can connect it with seniors and ask anything. We ask any doubts regarding future endeavors and all that. So this is the tech stack we have used. Tailwind CSS and HTML for front end. Cloudinary is online cloud solution. MongoDB, which is our main database. Node.js, React.js, JavaScript, and Express.js for backend, ma'am. So with this, I like to conclude with my presentation, ma'am. Uh, Here are the references, ma'am, and I'm open for any questions, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. I had asked you in between only.
No,
Thank you.
ma'am, no, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, dear author, for the great presentation. I'd like to invite Anshuya again, if she is okay with the mic issue.
Yeah. Actually, I was not able to share my screen. I should try once again.
Yes, please.
Uh, is my screen visible now?
Yes, I think so. It's mobile screen, it's visible. Yes.
Yeah, it's through my phone.
Okay.
So should I start?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so Good afternoon, everyone. This is Anusha Chaudhary, and I will be presenting today on behalf of my co-authors, Ritu ma'am and Archana ma'am. Technology has the ability to completely alter how people and corporations communicate with one another. And one such is cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. So with its decentralizing power, it can eliminate middleman and has this and can speed up the transaction along with lowering the cost of transaction. In India, token can be used to symbolize ownership of assets. And when we use it with economics, it has the ability to revolutionize existing sectors and open up new opportunities for people. For my literature review, I have selected 3 papers. The first one compares the Bitcoin and Litecoin and explains how different cryptocurrencies give us different services based on their qualities, quantity, speeds, and respective advantages. The second paper provides in-depth analysis of CBDC currencies, which is a government-based currency focusing on critical issues surrounding adoption implementations. And the third paper explores the broader application of blockchain technology and its potential beyond cryptocurrencies. The research gap, I feel, is the lack of regulatory sandbox and pilot projects that needs blockchain innovation and that needs to test the blockchain innovation in the control environment. People often misunderstand the working and the concept, and they have this fear of losing out their money. And there's always a high cost of transaction and security flaws. Along with that, there have been many unresolved questions in terms of algorithms and smart contract development, which creates user bias and suboptimal decisions. But I believe, despite all this challenges, cryptocurrencies has potential to create more efficient and inclusive environment, which would be a worth watching in coming years. Research objective. The main objective of this research would be understanding the crypto volatility to inform investors and enhance supply. By achieving this, this research aims to provide valuable insights to investors, crypto stakeholders, and supply chain managers, ultimately driving further advancement and its applications. And this is also a contribution to the ongoing research which is done in this growing technology. Research method. For my research methods, I would be using ARIMA model to look into the cryptocurrency development in its price and volume. And the candlestick analysis would be studying the stock market pattern of popular cryptocurrency. First is the ARIMA model. For my analysis, I would be using the price and volume data for Bitcoin for 5 years, March 2019 to Feb 2024, to check the moving average. This analysis would help to understand the Bitcoin patterns in terms of values and volume. There would be 3 parameters in the study, that is time, price, and volume, for which volume is dependent on price and time. This model was run on SPSS, and the result was 100, which means 1 means the data has dependence on its past value, which is lagged by period 1, and the 00 means there is no stationarity purpose and there is no significant moving average component. So we concluded that this whole data fluctuates around the mean. And here we can also see the same thing because we have same values for minimum and maximum. The MAPE, which is the mean absolute percentage error, means it predicts the accuracy of the forecasting method. According to the statistics, the MAPE should be ideally between 20 to 50. And for our data, it is 24.776. And this is the reason of fluctuation due to COVID pandemic, where the market turned bearish and there was unexpected fluctuation of price. And there was also a Bitcoin crash as it experienced dramatic price decrease, which went below 5,000 USD. The recovery period experienced volatility. And later on, the price took highs, which decreases the supply of new coins. The big companies were hedging Bitcoins against inflation. This shifted towards working more digital and payment. And this trend increases the demand for digital currencies, like people try to store their money in alternative forms. So next is candlestick analysis. The stock prices of the year went from 2020 to 2023. Every candle stands for a particular month, and the body displays the opening and closing price, while the upper and lower wedge represents the high and low prices. For 2022, we see a bearish market for Binance Coin. It is due to the US federal interest rate hikes to combat inflation, because it led to the decrease in investment in risky assets like cryptocurrencies. And then the geopolitical tension where Russia-Ukraine war, US-China relations, which created negative sentiments, and sub cryptocurrencies exchange faced liquidity crisis, which declines investors' confidence. 2023 saw a bullish trend because the BNB recovered from the turndown and they experienced a significant price increase. The coin stabilized and inflation concern eased. Investor sentiment shifts, and they were more interested towards the Binance coin, as Binance has increased its usage and applications on various decentralized finance and NFTs, which drove up the demand and price. And this were the reasons by which we can see that the Binance users has increased tremendously from its competitors. It tried to improve in all of the areas which would help to increase its customer base and market size. There are also few limitations which can be a reason for cryptocurrencies not being so much popular in the current scenario in India, and people have still this fear because it consumes a lot of research, and we don't have that environment which provide more funds on that. The regulations, cryptocurrencies has various regulations throughout the different nations. So coming up to a single point turns out difficult, and there are also cultural differences which can create problems. But I believe if we do studies regarding different protocols, can bring the gap between the network and promote more digital economy and a more integrated environment. For the conclusion, blockchain has the potential to bring significant changes, and one such is that it brings transparency. For most importantly, country like India, there have been several issues, but creating smart contracts and self-executing contracts in terms of directly writing the code would reduce the role of intermediaries and save time. Government has initiated various pilot projects to explore its potential. India, China is one of the project which aims to implement blockchain in various sectors, including governance, finance, and supply chain management. There are various startups like WazirX, Coin, DCX, and Polygon, which contributes to the system. And recently, the state of Telangana has implemented a blockchain-based solution for land registry, ensuring this tamper-proof record. So this blockchain has enhanced the efficiency of e-governance services, providing a platform for storing and assessing citizen data, reducing corruption and bureaucracy. Thank you.
Anusuya,
Yes, ma'am.
can you just tell me what is crypto trade and crypto fiat trade?
Crypto,
Fiat,
ma'am, can you?
crypto and crypto fiat,
So
the types of trade.
crypto. Okay. So when we buy coins in terms of digital money, that would be crypto trade, and fiat will be using the currencies, like the form of currency which is tangible in nature.
And what will you comment on the complexity of this, the blockchain solutions that will be provided in terms of the various aspects you have mentioned in the conclusion?
The complexity, no doubt, would be there, but I believe if we give a environment where and funds so that the different methods can be tested and challenged, then we can come out to a easy solution for this problem and combat the challenges. firstly, the people should be aware, because till now people are not much understood about the exact concept of this cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. So teaching them, and then more investment would be there to study this, would ease the challenges.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Anusuya, for your presentation. So moving forward for the next presenter, next we have Srivastava Kulkarni, and he's going to present on comparative analysis of object detection architectures. Dear presenter, you may please start your presentation.
So, hello. This is the presentation of our comparative analysis of object detection architectures for the ICT4SD. So, I am Srivatsa Kulkarni, would be presenting my research work. So, let me briefly introduce towards what object detection means. Object detection is a computer vision task that localizes and classifies the object in the surroundings. The object detected can be collected through various sensors like camera, radar, lidar, etc. So mainly there are two types of object detection. One is one-stage object detection, and another is two-stage object detection. So in one-stage object detection, the image in the input image, the object's localization and the classification occur simultaneously, whereas in the two-stage object detection, the input image is fed into the backbone, which produces the region of interest, which will give out the region of interest and classifies the objects in those region of interest. So our object is where to identify the state of art models in both one stage and two stage object detection, implement the one stage object detection state of art based model, and implement the two stage object detection state of art based model, and make the comparative analysis of both models in normal and extreme conditions. So these were the papers which we had read into the. So when we had done the literature survey, we found that YOLO, which is you only look once, and SST, single shot multiplex detector, and RetinaNet were some of the common one-stage object detection methods. For two-stage object detection, faster RCNN, RFCN, FPN, and Cascade RCNN were one. So when we looked into the accuracy and other parameters in one stage object detection, YOLO has the highest what we mean to say MAP, and though Cascade RCNN has the highest MAP value in two stage object detection, since it is overfitting for our dataset, we haven't chosen the Cascade RCNN, and FPN failed to detect small objects in our dataset, so we are not considering that. Since the faster RCNN was easy to detect and has better accuracy, so we had chosen the faster RCNN as our two-stage obstacle detection, and the recent YOLO V8 as our one-stage obstacle detection. We have compared the YOLO V8 and faster RCNN in our research here. So let me briefly explain you about our YOLO V8 architecture. So the YOLO V8 architecture takes an input image and the backbone, which is a modified CSP darknet 53, extract the feature maps from the image, and which is fed into the continuous neural network layers. So the neural networks, the feature maps are refined in the neck region. That is, you can see that P5, P4, P3, P2, and P1 represents the feature maps which are extracted from the image. So these are fed into the number of layers, and at a head region we have got a multi-scale feature maps which gives the predicted labels. So when we can compare the predicted labels and the ground truth values, we get a loss. So the output for the YOLO V8 would be in the form of a image and a bounding box plotted on it with the confidence score and the which identified class it is. So let me explain the brief architecture of the faster RCNN. So the input image is given into the backbone network of the faster RCNN, which is typically a convolutional neural network. So for our faster RCNN model, we have chosen the ResNet 50 as our backbone. So later, from the backbone, a feature map is extracted. So the feature map is later fed into the regional proposal network, which looks into the region, that is where the object is present in it, and this is fed into the ROI pooling, where the ROI pooling crops off the only the region where the object is present, and make sure that the for the fully connected layers, that is the classifier, the feature maps are all of same size. So the classifier classifies the objects into the different classes, and the output for the faster RCNN is also in the similar kind of YOLO way. That is the object bounding blocks is plotted on the object, and the confidence score and the classified object name is given on it. So we have trained our models on two data sets. One is the new scenes, which is the camera images. So the number of training images for the new scenes was 19,668, 19,668, and the number of validation images were 1836, and the number of test images were 1457. So these are the sample images of our new scenes dataset. And another dataset which I have chosen for the harsh conditions were the dawn dataset, where the number of training images were 1980, the number of validation images were 197, the number of test images were 101. So what are the training details for our YOLO V8 was, we had run our YOLO V8 model for the 10 epochs. Since after 10 epochs, there was not a much increase in the precision, recall, and MAP values. The optimizer which we had used was Adam with weight decay. The learning rate which we had set was 0.02. The patch size was 16. The backbone, as I had said, was CSP Darknet 53. And for the faster RCN, and also we had trained for the similar number of epochs. The optimizer which we had used was stochastic gradient descent. The learning rate was set to 0.01, and the batch size was given 32. So these were the results which we have plotted for the YOLO V8 and the faster RCNN. So let me first analyze the precision versus recall curve for the YOLO V8. Initially, the model is considered to be an ideal model with the precision of with high precision of 1. Later, the when the recall value goes on increases, the precision goes on decreases, and the convexity at the end of the graph shows that the model is stable. So similarly, we had plotted the precision versus recall curve for the first iteration. Here also we had ideally considered the model to be having high precision. So, similarly, the convex shape at the end of the graph shows that the model is stable, but not as much as stable as the YOLO V8. So we had but tabulated the results for the YOLO V8 and the faster RCNN. So when we had considered the precision, recall, and MAP, the MAP which we had considered is MAP 50, that is the intersection union at 50. So the data set for the YOLO V8 model, new scenes data set, we had achieved the precision of 68%, recall of 49%, and MAP value of 58%. For the dawn data set, we had achieved 61.7% of precision, 49.2% of recall, and an MAP value of 55.19%. So for the faster RCNN, we had achieved the precision of 76% for new scenes, 53.9% recall, and 61.4% of MAP. For the dawn dataset, we had achieved the precision of 29% and a recall of 55.8% and MAP of 52.6%. So when we made the comparative analysis of the YOLO V8 and the faster RCNN, YOLO V8 is a more stable model than faster RCN, as it has the more
Sorry to interrupt you here, but you have last 1 minute.
Yeah. I'm going to conclude in a second. Sorry. Yeah.
Srivastav,
Yes.
Srivastav,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me how you said your model was suffering from overfitting issues. Tell me how to avoid the overfitting. What are the various ways by which we can avoid overfitting of a model?
Actually, we had looked on the literature survey papers which we had done on it.
But there are various methods by which we can avoid the overfitting of the models. Have you tried any of those?
No, ma'am, not as such. Since your master as CNN was good, we have looked into that.
Okay. What is gradient descent issue? Are you aware of what is gradient descent?
Yes, ma'am. That was a optimizer which we had used for faster RCN.
What are the types of those? You know what
We
is the
had only
difference?
looked into the two types of optimizers, that is Adams DKMM and the stochastic gradient descent.
Okay, so there is an issue, what we called as gradient descent problem. Two types
Yes.
of it are there. Are you aware of that?
No, ma'am, no.
Okay. Shallow and dense network, are you aware of?
Oh, what, ma'am? Repeat again.
Shallow and dense network, neural network, difference between.
No, ma'am, not so.
You have used fully connected, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, these were the pre-trained models which we had used.
Yeah. But you
Yeah.
should know the internals also when you are using pre-trained.
Yes, ma'am.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Oh. So shall I conclude or shall I finish it?
Yes, you can finish it, please.
Yeah, yeah. From the average precision recall and MAP values, we can infer that faster RCNN is more accurate in detecting the objects in the normal conditions, whereas in extreme conditions, YOLO V8 had outperformed the faster RCNN. In case of speed, YOLO V8 was 1.3 times faster than the faster RCNN. So let me conclude our project by saying that the YOLO V8, though is a stable model and faster is a faster model, it it performs better in extreme conditions only, and in normal conditions it's showing the less CMAP value, whereas the faster RCNN performs better than YOLO V8 architecture since detection happens in two separate stages. So for what is the future scope of our studies, we can uh, uh, combine both these architectures to get the better results, and also we can shift to the transformer based architectures to get the better results. Yeah, so from this I can conclude my presentation. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Shivats, for your presentation. Okay,
Yes.
so now moving forward for the next presenter, we have Spurti Patil, and she's gonna present on developing an energy efficient reversible multiplier architecture utilizing TSG and Fredkin gates. Spurti, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yes, you may please start your presentation.
Yeah, I'm trying to share the slides.
Yes, please.
Are my slides visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay. One sec.
Let's make it full
Okay.
screen.
Yeah. Is it okay now?
Yes, now it is okay.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Today, I'm going to present on developing an energy efficient reversible multiplier architecture using TSD and Fredkin gates. So the contents are the introduction, motivation, objectives, methodology, result, and conclusion. So for introduction, I'm actually in this paper, I'm actually comparing the reversible and irreversible gates. As reversible gates are gaining popularity these days due to the low power consumption, unlike irreversible gates, which suffer from loss of information and high usage of power. Here I have used reversible gates in order to decrease power use and no loss of information. So the motivation is the same. Actually, it's used for significant energy consumption is looked up, and irreversible gates are preferred over the reversible gates. And here are some of the applications such as quantum computing, DNA computing, low power CMOS applications, optical information processing. These are some of the applications in which irreversible gates can be used. So the objectives were to create a 4x4 reversible multiplier using some of the reversible gates. We have used some of them such as TSD and Fredkin gates. We have modified for our use. In the next slides, I will show you how the TSD and Fredkin gates are used. So this is a normal multiplication, a 4x4 multiplication, which we use, where from x3 to x0 are and y3 to y0 are the the initials or the inputs that we give, and these are the products like P0001 till P30. These are the products. So for the first step, we perform normal multiplications, in which I have used Fredkin gates, and then to add these, we have used TSD gates. Normally for irreversible gates, we use AND gates and full adders and half adders. But in reversible, we have used TSD and Fredkin gates. So yeah, the 4x4 integer inputs from x3 to x0 and y3 to y0. The same thing is explained over here. How the products are generated using AND gates and half adder and full adder, and the Fredkin and the TSD for vice versa in reversible gates. So this is the actual Fredkin gate, where there are three inputs given like A, B, C, and the three outputs are P is equals to A, Q is equals to A bar, which is A naught B plus AC, and R is equals to AB plus A bar C. We have not used it completely. We have modified it for our use, as we just needed to multiply the two products, and we haven't used all the three inputs. We have only used A and B as the input, and C is connected to the ground. Whereas in TSG gate, as you can see, there are four inputs and four outputs, and the same is followed here. We have not used the entire outputs. We have connected them. We have kept some of them as constants for power consumption, for less power consumption, and yeah, it is used for our benefit for as a full adder and a half adder. This is how the mapping is done. In the figure 4, we can see that partial products are generated in such a way that the Fredkin gate's third input is connected to 0, which is ground, and other four inputs, the 8 inputs from x3 to x0 and y3 to y0 are connected to 2 inputs of each Fredkin gate, and the product which is formed from the Fredkin gate is passed through the TSG gate, so that the addition or the addition actual addition is performed, and the final results are from P0 to P7. So we have used cadence tool. You can see here that the TSG, the schematics of TSG and the Fredkin gate is over here. This is how we have used for the products and addition, full adder and the half adder. The Fredkin gate here, it performs multiplication, and TSG performs the operation of full adder and half adder. So this is the entire complete schematic, where we have connected all the Fredkin gates to the TSG gates, and the output is derived. This is using the logic gates. Here, instead of using Fredkin and the TSG gates, as we have done in reversible, for irreversible, we have only used the normal AND gates and normal full adders and half adders. So this is the conclusion. We have compared both the reversible and irreversible gates, and how reversible is over irreversible. So the area consumed by the reversible and irreversible might not be such a huge deal, but the power consumption shows that how reversible is better. But here is a trade-off factor, that is delay. We have a huge delay in reversible gates as compared to the irreversible gates. And that's how I want to conclude that reversible gates are power efficient, but the trade-offs are about the delays. Even the area can have a significant issue. Reversible have a good area consumption than the irreversible gates. Yeah, now I'm open for questions.
Fredkin gate is also called as controlled swap gate. Can you tell me why?
Yeah, ma'am. Because okay, when we take like from 111, if we take inputs like from 000 to 111, when we see the output table, we can see that when there is 1 1, the output is switched. Can I show? Okay,
Yeah.
I don't have the truth table,
Okay.
but
Okay.
if you look at the truth table, you can see that when you take like 110 or something, okay, after okay, from 00 to 111, there are eight
Combinations you want to say?
yes, yeah,
2 to
yeah,
the
yeah,
power
eight,
3. Yeah.
yes, 8 combinations.
Yes.
The down 4 combinations, there you can clearly see that the 1 bits are swapped. That's why it's even called as the swap
Is the
gates.
number of ones same in input and output?
No, no, ma'am. Okay, for the multiplier, we have
Huh?
given all the 16 combinations, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we leave the call?
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so moving forward for the next presenter. Next we have Rushali Garg, and she's going to present on enhancing IoT cybersecurity through innovative blockchain solutions. Your presenter, you may please start your presentation.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Give me a moment. I'm just sharing my screen. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So hello, everyone. My name is Vishali Garg, and I will be discussing the exciting intersection of two cutting-edge technologies, that is the Internet of Things and blockchain. So our focus in this presentation will be basically on how blockchain can enhance cybersecurity within IoT ecosystems. So basically, the goal of this presentation, if we see as a whole, was to explore the current cybersecurity challenges in IoT and demonstrate how blockchain technology can provide robust solutions. So the Internet of Things or IoT, if we talk about what it is all about, so it refers to the network of physical devices connected to the internet, all collecting and sharing data. And this includes everything from, for example, smart home devices to industrial sensors. Then talking about the IoT that we have already in the revolutionized sector. So it talks about how we interact with technology, bringing increased connectivity and convenience. And the rapid growth also in this sector introduces significant cybersecurity risk in these days. So basically, the traditional security measures often struggle to keep up with the evolving threats posed to these interconnected devices, and thus there was a need to find innovative solutions like blockchain to address these vulnerabilities basically. So that's how I thought of putting the blockchain technology into this, which can help us in mitigating the cybersecurity risk. And if we talk about blockchain, so blockchain is a decentralized ledger that records transactions across multiple computers, making it tamper resistant. So some details about the blockchain devices or solutions if we are talking about are first it is of decentralized nature. So the decentralized nature of the blockchain eliminates single point of failure. That is a common issue in traditional centralized systems. Second, consensus mechanisms, as mentioned, ensure that transactions are verified by multiple nodes, enhancing the integrity and reliability of data. Third, robust cybersecurity techniques secure transmission and storage, protects it from unauthorized access and manipulations. So these of the some features make blockchain a very powerful tool for enhancing IT security, and thus I have integrated it into the solution. Uh, Now coming to the integrating blockchain with IoT, it can significantly enhance the security of critical systems. And this is definitely crucial for organizations that rely on IoT for essential operations. So blockchain can provide a secure framework for IoT systems, basically. So that system only ensures that data integrity and protection against cyber attacks that are very common these days. So, for an example, in smart cities, also blockchain can secure data from various IoT devices, and thus it safeguards the infrastructure and sensitive information of those smart cities. So, therefore, we can say that by leveraging blockchain, we can build more resilient and secure IoT ecosystems. Now, I have put some to support this view. I have put some points, some key studies from the literature. So the first study gave me a view that blockchain can address IoT security threats, but and this highlighted the need for proactive countermeasures. The second one demonstrated that IoT enhances IoT's cybersecurity defense through scalability and interoperability still remains a challenge for us. The third solution, blockchain, explored that how blockchain solutions for IoT security and privacy noting the complexity of integration. The fourth emphasized that blockchain can overcome IoT cybersecurity concerns with practical implementation being a major consideration. Um, and the last one addressed IoT security and privacy issues with blockchain, but called for innovative techniques. So through these studies, we can collectively underscore that the potential of blockchain in enhancing IoT uh, security. Now, talking about the research gaps, so despite the promising potential, there are several research gaps that need to be addressed for effective implementation of the blockchain solutions. So, starting with scalability, we need solutions that can handle the vast scale of IoT networks. The second is interoperability. Seamless integration is required with existing IoT systems and for widespread adoption. Third is standardization. So developing standardized protocols with that will facilitate the integration of blockchain and IoT is important. Fourth, usability. Blockchain solutions must be user-friendly and accessible. Next comes the privacy. Addressing privacy concerns and data protection requirements is really essential. And the last is regulatory compliance. So ensuring adherence to industry regulations and compliance standards is definitely plays a vital role for practical deployment. So these challenges highlight the need for continued research and innovation in this sector. Now coming on to the proposed solution that what I have thought of it, how we can address these gaps. So we propose a blockchain-based solution with several key components. Talking about it in detail, so first comes the part decentralization that blockchain offers. So transitioning from centralized to decentralized IoT systems to reduce single point of failure was the first characteristic of blockchain technology. The second was the cryptographic feature. So, utilizing blockchain's robust cryptography to secure IoT data transmission and storage was played a major role. And third, consistent mechanisms, implementing decentralized consensus protocols to enhance IoT security and integrity was of very good importance. For transparency and auditability, so by leveraging blockchain transparent and auditable transaction history to monitor IT activities was also of major importance. So these elements together form comprehensive approach to enhancing IoT security with blockchain. In conclusion, we can say that blockchain technology holds immense promise for enhancing the security and privacy of the IT ecosystems. And its core capabilities, like we have talked about decentralization, consensus mechanism, robust cyber cryptography, all this together can establish a trusted, secure, and transparent framework for IoT systems. However, as already we have seen, there are some obstacles like scalability, integration with existing infrastructure, standardization, and usability. But how we can overcome is this through ongoing research and innovative approaches. We can definitely unlock the full potential of blockchain in strengthening IoT cybersecurity. So, by addressing these challenges, organizations can leverage blockchain's transformative power to build a more resilient, trustworthy, and secure IoT landscape that safeguards critical data and assets. Thank you.
Roshali, I just wanted to know what will be the impact on the power consumption and individual miners or the individual users on this concept, whatever you are saying. Roshali, am I audible?
Hello. Yeah, ma'am, you are audible. So your question was, what will be the impact of power
Impact
consumption
on
and
the yeah, impact on the power consumption. You're merging IoT blockchain, na, for
yes, yes,
providing
right, right,
security and also
right.
what will be the impact on the power consumption and the individual users or miners who will be associated with this? Since blockchain is a
Uh,
decentralized mechanism we have used for providing much security and all. So what will be the
right, right. So basically, we talk about in its blockchain in its traditional forms like Bitcoin's proof of work, consensus mechanism. So basically, they were known for high energy consumption. So basically, their impact on power consumption in IoT devices was like really high. Like newer consensus mechanisms like POS, POA, and delegated proof of stake are more energy efficient and are better suited for IoT environments. So now we have started consuming these for significantly less power, making them more compatible with IoT devices. And also, we are making use of edge computing integration by integrating blockchain with edge computing. Processing power is distributed closer to the source data. So, definitely, this can reduce latency and power consumption as less data needs to be transmitted to centralized servers.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you for this great presentation. I'd like to
Thank
invite
you, sir.
next presenter. Next, we have Aneri Shah, and she's going to present on navigating the skies, a journey through price prediction models. Dear presenter, you may please start your presentation.
I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it is.
Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Samarth Chanbak, and I'll be presenting because my co-founder is unfortunately unwell. Our research paper is titled Navigating the Skies, a Journey Through Price Prediction Models. A paper is co-authored by Aneri Shah, Gauri Tibdewal, and our mentor, Dr. Kumkum Saxena. Our study focuses on predicting airfare prices using various machine learning algorithms. I think majority of us have been in the situation where we are just scampering from one website to another, trying to find the best possible airfare price we can get. This is because airline pricing has evolved significantly over the years, transitioning from static pricing to dynamic ones. This shift is influenced by multiple factors such as travel dates, origin, destination locations, booking lead times, and historical price patterns. Dynamic pricing, driven by machine learning, allows airlines to optimize their revenue strategies while helping travelers make more informed booking decisions. So, why is airfare prediction important? Accurate airfare prediction is crucial for both airlines and travelers. Airlines can use these predictions to optimize their pricing strategies, thus maximizing their revenue and filling more seats. On the other hand, travelers can benefit by identifying the best time to book flights, potentially saving money and planning their trips more effectively. So it is like a win-win situation for both of them. Next is the literature survey. Our research builds on several key studies in the field of airfare prediction, and this is a general timeline. In 1998, cutting boost edge algorithms for classification showed decision tree induction as the best performing model. In 2003, a paper showed linear regression as a significant method which was evolving. In 2007, a framework for intelligent airfare prediction highlighted the effectiveness of random forest method. In 2008 and 2014, there was a hybrid approach which was used by the researchers to combine support vector machines and neural networks. And in 2020, an interpretable decision tree based approach using XGBoost was highlighted. The next is our dataset. The dataset used for this study was provided by the travel website Ease My Trip. The dataset includes information on airline ticket prices, including variables such as departure and arrival airports, airline, trip duration, and the number of stops. The data was collected in two parts. One was for the economy class tickets and other for the business class tickets. A total of 3,261 distinct flight booking options was extracted from the site. This data was precisely collected between February 11th to March 31st, 2022, between India's top 6 metro cities. The features in the dataset were carefully selected based on their potential influence on the ticket prices. Variation in flight prices. Flight prices can significantly vary among different airlines due to factors such as service quality, operation cost, and market strategies. Understanding this variation
helps in selecting the right feature for our predictive models. Like in our dataset, Vistara has the highest average ticket price, which is then followed closely by Air India. However, in contrast, the price averages of Indigo and Go First are rather lower than all the other airlines. SpiceJet and AirAsia have the lowest price average among the airlines. Next is our proposed methodology. The first step was the dataset selection, which was provided by EaseMyTrip. Second was the selection of parameters. We carefully selected the relevant parameters for the feature selection. Simultaneously, hyperparameter tuning was performed to optimize the model performance. The next step was model selection, and we have evaluated various regression models, including random forest regressor, extra tree regressor, and linear regression as the baseline. The performance evaluation was finally done by measuring the accuracy and R-square values. These are the results we achieved. Our best performing model was the random forest regressor with an accuracy of 98.55% and a good R2 score of 0.986. The reason for choosing the regressor models was that whenever we are predicting any quantitative value, regressor models are usually good predictors as they understand the baseline of what the dataset is trying to convey. And our lowest or least accuracy was achieved by linear regression, which was an accuracy of 91.09%. We included linear regression just as a baseline comparison to all the other models. These findings indicate that ensemble methods, particularly random forest and extra trees, are highly effective in predicting airfare prices. In conclusion, machine learning offers a powerful tool for both travelers and airlines, enabling more informed booking decisions and optimized revenue strategies. Our study demonstrates that ensemble methods like random forest regression, extra tree regression are highly effective in handling the complex and non-linear relationships within the data, providing superior performance in airfare price prediction than the individual learning methods. For the future work as suggested by the committee, while we have not incorporated external data sources in this study, we do acknowledge the fact that factors like weather patterns and economic indicators could potentially enhance our model's predictive accuracy. Also, the concern about data privacy, all the data used was anonymized and aggregated to ensure privacy and confidentiality. Thank you so much for this giving me this opportunity, and I am open to any of the questions that the session chair might have.
Ravi, what is the difference between prediction and forecasting?
Ma'am, there are a couple of reasons. There are a couple of points. Prediction is basically learning the historical nature of the data and then giving what the predictions that our model might do, whereas forecasting is not only selecting the previous study or the history of the data, but also the current factors.
What is entropy in random forest?
Sorry ma'am, I didn't get your point.
Entropy. Decision trees we use the entropy and information gain.
uh, no ma'am, I'm not quite sure.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so moving for the next presenter. Next we have Ravi, and he's going to present on smart library management system. Ravi, you may please start your presentation.
Yes, sir. Is my screen visible? Hello? Hello?
Yes, your screen is visible. Yeah.
Hello everyone, myself Ravi. My topic is Smart Library Management System, and Chandana, Pratik and Shashank, who were involved in this completion of this project, under the guidance of Soumeshri. Introduction of our project.
You just show me the highlights in the system architecture, how you have made it smart, the name it's given, Smart Library Management
Okay.
System. Show me the system architecture, what smartness has been incorporated, and the results of that, how you have
Okay.
measured.
Okay. First, we will see the problem statement. At present, the automation in the library system is like they are just implementing the barcode system for tracking the book, means just to get the track of in and out of the book from the library. But implementing the RFID technology will also help the tracking of the book, and it will also help to find the accurate position of the book in the libraries. This was the main focus of our project, to identify the accurate position of the book in the library. Here the main objectives of our project is like to identify a suitable position for placement of RFID tags, and next is the interfacing the RFID module with the microcontroller along with the stepper motors, and to validate the accuracy of the system. This is the flowchart of our project. Here first the user enters the RFID tag, which will be given in a data sheet, as you can see here. First the user search for a particular book. Once he gets the book, he will just enter this tag ID into our system. Then the as we can see, once the tag ID is entered, the stepper motor movement will get started, and it will search for a particular desired book. Once the book is found, it will stop there at that position, and it will wait for 10 seconds. After that, it will go to its original position. If the book is not found, the uh, stepper motor will continue its operation. These are the components we have used. We mainly use the Arduino Uno and the Arduino Mega as main microcontrollers. RDM6300 is the RFID module, and RFID 125 kilohertz RFID tags. Why we used 125 kilohertz? Because of its high accuracy, due to which we will get the accurate position of the book. Next, we interfaced keypad, LCD, and I2C module, and we used stepper motor for the movement of the scanner. This is the main block diagram where the Arduino Mega controls each and every function of the project, and Arduino Uno is mainly focused on the controlling the movement of the stepper motors for the scanner. These are the components where where the Arduino Mega is mainly connected to each and every component are connected to Arduino Mega, and only the stepper motors, which with the help of CNC shield, is controlled by this Arduino Uno. When the user enters a tag ID, it will show the name of the book. This is the project where we can see the each book is attached with a RFID 125 kilohertz RFID tags in order to, which will give a unique identification for each book digitally. There is a short clip of working video. Can I play it?
Yeah.
Here the first user enters the tag ID of a desired book. Once he enters, the system starts to search for that book, and it will stop at that particular position. As we can see here, the location of the book is found, and it is stopped at that particular position. After a particular time interval, or once the book is removed from that position, it will get to its original position. At present, with this design, we are able to search 1,000 books in less than 2 minutes. With more modular design, we can increase the searching speed in a very less time.
What is the cost of the setup?
It took around 12K.
Okay. For 10,000 books, you are saying, or 1,000 books?
No, it is mainly like once the microcontroller main costlier microcontroller and stepper motors. Upon if we remove these RFID tags are cheaper, so we can implement to 10,000 books with same cost. Just we need to invest in the RFID tags.
Okay.
At present, we designed it for around 500 books.
Okay. Okay. Right.
This is the result. If the book is found, it will show the name of the book, and it will show the book is found. If the book is not present in the particular rack, then it will show the book is not found. conclusion is that instead of using the libraries barcode system, they have to update to the advanced RFID technology, which will help them to even in tracking the stock of the books directly, and even in tracking the position of the book more accurately. In the future scope, interfacing this technology with the IoT system, which will help the users to directly send the tag ID with the help of Bluetooth or a Wi-Fi module instead of the uh, keypad. They can directly send through the Bluetooth or a Wi-Fi module, and they will get a notification once the book is found. Any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ravi, for the presentation.
Thank you.
Moving for the next presenter. Next, we have S. Sudarshan, and he's going to present on spectral analysis of seashore minerals by mineralogical mapping. Dear presenter, you may please start your presentation.
So now it is visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. Very good evening to one and all present here. Myself, Sudarshan, working as assistant professor in Rajalakshmi Engineering College. My research topic is on spectral analysis of seashore minerals by mineralogical mapping. So basically, this title is based on earth science, and it is based on geological mapping of minerals along the coastal regions. So if we go for the presentation outline, it is basically about introduction and objectives of the project and proposed system and block diagram of proposed system, results and discussion, and conclusion featurette, and finally the reference. Basically, before going to this, mainly introduction about the coastal region represents the dynamic and ecological significant environment, constant to change and natural process. Because in our land space, we can easily able to identify minerals with the help of the instruments by taking, and then we make conclusion that this particular mineral is present here. But in coastal regions, it is impossible to take some kind of instruments and then check over a thing. We can use a satellite data for mapping some kind of minerals by using hyperspectral data. So we can easily able to identify what are the minerals may be present along the coastal regions of an India or some other place where we need to search here. Here, basically, this coastal regions represent the composition distribution of minerals in an area, crucially for assessing the geological characteristics and environmental dynamics and ecological healthy. Namely, maximum the seashore minerals mostly comparison of this thing, that is quartz, feldspar, calcite, magnet, play a crucial role in shaping the coastal landscapes and ecosystem. Basically, here the hyperspectral imaging technology offers a powerful tool because hyperspectral imaging, in the sense, it will have more than 400 spectral bands will be there. In multispectral, we'll have only 10 bands will be there. In hyperspectral, we'll have more number of bands will be there. That is decided by the sensor which we are making the things. So according to the spectral properties, we can easily able to identify some kind of minerals. My objective is to investigate the spectral properties of seashore minerals through mineralogical mapping, utilizing the advanced techniques in remote sensing analysis and data analysis by using hyperspectral remote sensing. Here we have a that is a spectral reference curve represents a unique spectral signatures of minerals, because in all over India or world will have, if quartz is there, means that particular quartz will have some spectral reference curve will be there. All over world will have the same spectral reference curve will be there. If we done analysis with a kind of particular software, we can able to make analysis that this particular mineral is present here. And finally, we may use some kind of algorithm to make accuracy how the particular mineral is present, how much of accuracy will be there. But in our project, we have just seen that this particular mineral is present, that we have made a objective with a particular software. Here, the mineral mapping using a spectral frequency analysis as a image is a powerful tool in geological exploration. And then here, the environmental monitoring and land use planning benefit from ability to change and direct and monitor the mineralogical changes associated with the natural process. Okay, any identifying alteration of minerals can indicate a potential environmental impact from mining operation, because we can have a satellite data. Presently, I'm using Everest NG data for finding a mineral of this particular thing. This data is available on USGS NASA website, so we can freely download the data, and then we can make the things. We can check how the minerals will be there in a particular region. 10 years before, how the minerals will be in that same region. and then future how the minerals will be available in the same region. We can able to make the accuracy also with the particular help of this project. A proposed system is basically of this particular type. That is, first one is data acquisition, pre-processing, n-member selection, spectral unmixing, post-classification, integration, interpretation, and validation iteration. Basically, this proposed system is basically denotes that initially we'll start with the data acquisition, that is will acquire data from a USGS website, that is from NASA website, will acquire a thing. And then we'll use environmental visualizing imaging software for pre-processing the particular data. After pre-processing, we may able to remove the noise and other atmospheric correction. And then we can do the dimensionality reduction in the particular, because the satellite data will be of very large in size and more number of spectral bands will be there. And then based on our dimension of interest or region of interest, we may schedule that particular more number of bands to small number of bands. And then finally, we can apply some kind of spectral angle mapper algorithm. And then we can use n-member selection in which region we need to apply some kind of algorithm. We can make a classification on a particular analysis. Finally, we can see the evaluation of minerals, which minerals we need to identify it. In this particular thing, these are the mineral identification process. This process of identifying minerals involves several key factors. That is, first one is data collection. That is, spectral data are collected using a remote sensing platform with sensors of cable capturing relevant wavelength for mirabite and opal. Here we have used only these two minerals. We find it out, mirabite and mineral, by using the spectral reflectance curve. The pre-processing is mainly of it removes the atmospheric correction and other noises, because it will enhance the quality of the particular image. And after that, the spectral analysis will make the absorption features in which wavelength this particular mineral is available abundant. We can easily able to identify and compare with the reference spectra what it is available as in the spectral reference. And then finally, we can make the mineralogical curve obtained from the spectral reference curve library. That is, the ANV software will have some kind of reference library will be there. We can compare the obtained mineral with the reference software, and then we can make some kind of distribution that this mineral is present somewhere here on the particular area. And then we can also have field validation also, because in coastal region, the field validation is it may be possible, but it needs a more amount of time for making a kind of sample to take. And then we need to have some kind of problem will be there for field validation. So we may use a software for validating the particular thing. The same we may take into a laboratory of petrochemical or extrographic. We can take some kind of sand, or we can take some kind of mineral based sample, and then we can make a check in the particular laboratory. We can able to check the accuracy of the particular mineral. Here the results and discussion is here. This is there are two curves will be there. This mirabite, the OS is a observed spectrum. What it is will be there. This is mirabite, which will be the reference spectrum. Here we have used Avery's NG data. Here Avery's NG data will have a wavelength of nanometer up to 2500 meter. Here we can observe that the reference spectrum curve, that is the spectral reference curve, is directly fit with the particular thing. So we can tell that some amount of minerals has been found on a particular region. So here mirabite was identified by the unique spectral signature characterized with the observation of features of specific wavelength corresponding to a sulfate ion. The same thing, the spectral data for a mirabite show the high correlation with the reference value, because we can show that wherever the curve is matching, we can easily able to match the signal. So we may told that this spectral reference curve is absolutely perfectly synchronized with this particular thing, where particularly in the mid-infrared region, where the most of sulfate vibrational modes are found in this particular region. And then also the opal mineral, here also we can see the curve that is nearly synchronized. This is a reference curve, this is observed spectrum. We can reference is seen with the curve at 1500 nanometer and 2500 nanometer. And then here this particular 1000 nanometer, it is apparently having the same similar spectra of particular thing what is having. So here it is have a challenging of amorphous nature and lack of distinct crystal structure, which is broad and subzone. However, the presence of water and opal contribute the characteristic features in near infrared region. And also the spectral analysis of areas suspected contain the yields with the expected values of this particular results. Because of this water content, we may have some kind of peaks will be there in this curve. So this also will be there in the particular thing. The further this, we can extend for other minerals also what it is available in the particular region. I have choose the coastal regions of India for finding this particular thing. I have taken some kind of area for identifying this particular thing by using a ENV software, by using Avery's NG data. This results in conclusion may be provided that Our investigation into spectral analysis seashore minerals via mineral has eliminated eradicated patterns of mineral distribution and their composition along coastal studies. This approach proven to be the efficient, accurate method for identifying specific minerals, highlighting the values of spectral analysis and geoscience research. Insight gained the advance and our understanding of coastal mineralogy and pave the way for the similar future trends and potential revealing the critical source for industries. And same thing, the environmental sequence of finding is profound and offer the guidance for sustainable management in coastal zone, and then also broadening scope of spectral techniques and assessing the human impacts on coastal mineral distribution. And then also we can enhance our capital to monitor and manage the seashore minerals response to ensuring the preservation, sustainable use of benefit for the future generation. So basically with this particular thing, what we may able to do nowadays, more number of satellites are launching into the particular space. By using the particular satellites, we may able to find what are the minerals may be available, what plenty of how much accuracy can be available. We may use any kind of AI-based algorithm. We can have the accuracy of the particular by using the sample of the mineral, and then also in land space we can easily able to identify what minerals are available in coastal regions. Till now, some of the only a few research papers are available on coastal regions. So only my research topic is specifically on coastal regions of a particular thing for finding some kind of minerals. Because of this particular minerals, only we have heard about mangrove tree or mangrove forest. In that mangrove forest, more amount of minerals can be found on the region. Because of that, only any kind of tsunami or other attack as came in, we can able to schedule with the particular thing. This about this spectral analysis of analysis in mineralogical code. This are my reference we have used for making this particular thing is presentable here.
Sir, which dimension reduction techniques have you used?
I have used MNF, minimum noise fraction method.
And pre-processing?
In pre-processing, we have used a flash-based algorithm, flash atmospheric correction method.
Okay. And what type of features then you have used?
Here only we have used only spectral based features, and because we'll have totally 450 bands will be there. Yeah. With that 450 bands, we have we not take all 450 bands. Yeah. Because from atmospheric correction we'll neglect the what are the noisy band will be there. With the thing we'll take only 150 bands or 120 bands. After that we use a dimensionality reduction that will be reduced to 30 to 50 bands. From the 50 bands only we have make the spectral based things by using a spectral angle mapper. That is, it is referenced with the particular value of the particular, and we can make the curve. That is easy.
And the validations of the results with your real-time data?
Real time, it is quite difficult, ma'am, for because if we need to get an instrument, then we need to that is possible if we take some kind of sample from along the region, and then that we can test in a laboratory, and then we'll make this same spectral by using a spectroradiometer. Because so that because that spectroradiometer is cost around above 1 crore, ma'am. It is having in lab of ISRO they are having. Okay. Because they will not able to give for any kind of a thing. But if it is research purpose now, we can able to get a permission, and then if you have any funded project means we can able to make a thing, and then we can able to use that particular spectroradiometer. Okay. Because that only we can't able to make the field validation. Otherwise, it may possible to make a field validation.
Yeah. But that is much more important. Huh?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That is our work.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for your valuable presentation. And moving forward for the next presenter. Next we have Ravi Giri, and he's going to present on wireless capsule endoscopy images classification using MobileNet and color histograms. Dear presenter, you may please start your presentation.
Okay, give me 1 moment to share my screen.
Sorry?
Is my screen is visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ravi Giri. Today, I will be presenting our research on wireless capsule endoscopy images classification using MobileNet and color histogram. Basically, this research has been guided by Dr. Saraswati Banerjee and Dr. Rajita B. Ma'am, who are assistant professor in CSC department at MNIT Allahabad. Basically, our work aims to enhance diagnostic capabilities of WCE automatic detection, bleeding in gastrointestinal tract. These are the outlines of my presentation. So coming to the introduction part, Basically, medical image analysis is a kind of blessing to the modern healthcare. It provides essential information for diagnosing and treating various conditions. In traditional methods of medical image analysis, there is always a requirement of manual inspection by expert, which is time consuming and subject to human error. WCE has emerged as a revolutionary technique for examining gastrointestinal tract. Basically, WCE is a process in which patients swallow a small capsule equipped with a camera, which captures thousands of images as it travels from digestive system. So, related work, basically, some of the researchers has the accuracy of 83%. And in the same manner, one of the study has done the study in the ResNet 34 as their base model. Their data set also comprised of 1,416 videos. They have achieved the accuracy of 92%. So basically, before going forward, we'll first focus on some basics of CNN. CNN is basically a specialized class of deep neural network, which is basically mainly used for visualizing the image and particularly image and data. So they are particularly well suited for image classification task due to hierarchical structure and ability to learn the spatial feature. So in general, CNN has mainly four layers: convolution, activation, pooling, and fully connected layers. So convolution layer basically it is used to extract the feature from the image. So this layer uses a filter to scan the image, and the image is convoluted with the filter by computing the dot product between the filter and the local region of the image. And activation function basically used to introduce the non-linearity into the model. Basically, this is important to for the model to understand the complex pattern. And in the same way, pooling layer is used to downsample reducing the spatial dimension of the feature map. And fully connected layer basically means connecting all the nodes of the previous layer to the all the nodes of this current layer. These layers are responsible for the classification of the image. So problem statement is that to develop an automated system for medical image analysis to classify the bleeding and non-bleeding images and localize the region with the high precision and accuracy. So basically, the motivation behind this work is to reduce the workload of medical professions and find the accuracy of the diagnosis. So automating the analysis of WC images can help in early detection of gastrointestinal bleeding, and this will lead to a better treatment and better patient outcome. So for this research, we have used the WCE bleed gen image dataset, which contains a total of 2018 images. Basically, this is the video from which we have extracted the images. For this model training, we have used 2094 images, and for testing purpose, we have used 524 images. Here I have attached the sample images from the dataset. In the first row, it is of bleeding images, and in the second row, it is the sample of non-bleeding images. So basically, for this, I have used the Python, and I have written the code on the Google Colab. So it is here. It is the overall architecture of the model. Basically, first we'll pass the WC image dataset to this model, which basically first calculate the color histograms, and with the mobile net model, it will extract the feature, and after flattening the features which we are getting from mobile net model, it is concatenated, and the both color histogram features and mobile net models features are concatenated and passed through several dense layers. Here we have used some dropout layer, and in the last, this model will able to classify whether this image is bleeding and bleeding image, or this is non-bleeding image. Here we have used dropout layer to avoid the overfitting. So basically, we have chosen the mobile net because It is always low computational cost, and it is very useful while we are using this as a real-time image classification purpose. Color histogram basically represents the distribution of color, so it quantifies the number of pixels of each color, which help in color composition of the image. So for this, we have used the evaluation criteria: accuracy, precision, and recall. Basically, these are the definitions of accuracy, precision, and recall. This model basically has greater accuracy in comparison to with the other model. This model has accuracy of 99.43% and precision of 1. This model demonstrate an exceptional performance metrics, including accuracy and recall F1 score as well. We have calculated mean square error also. This is 0.0056. Here I have shown the plot, the curve representing the accuracy and validation loss of the model on the testing and training dataset over the number of epochs. This model has been gone through number of epochs, which is 50 epochs. Here I have attached the table to show the comparison between other models. So basically, this dataset has been tested with the different Inception V3 testnet and HSI model. Basically, these are the test accuracy which are shown by these models. And our proposed model is showing 99.42% accuracy. Basically, even MobileNet itself is showing accuracy nearly of 95%, but use of the color histogram is due to because the factor that in the blood the red color component is dominant, so we have tried to take in consideration of that factor also. So in conclusion, we aim to create a robust model for classifying the images into bleeding and non-bleeding categories. So our model, which is giving 99.42% accuracy. So in this, our next step is involved that we will want to develop an algorithm which just pinpoint the bleeding location within the range. So this will be our future work, and continuing the research will aim to enhance the model and expand its application to address the other gastrointestinal tract disorder. These are some key references that supported our research, including relevant study in the field of the medical image analysis. Thank you.
Okay, dear, thank you for your valuable presentation.
Thank you.
I'd like to move forward for the next presentation. Next, we have Ashish Kumar, and he's going to presenting on your data, your rights, understanding consumer privacy. Dear presenter, you may please start your
Yeah, am I audible, Harsh?
presentation.
Hello? Hello, Harsh, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Yes. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay.
Dear, you may please start your presentation.
Yeah, sure. Good evening, everyone. My topic for the presentation is my research paper is Your Data, Your Right, Understanding the Consumer Privacy. I got this like motivation to write the paper from the last year DPDP Act that was passed by government in the August 2023. First of all, today we live in the world where data is a crucial asset, and not just for the business, for the individual as well. Understanding that data privacy is not just a technical necessity, but a fundamental right that impacts our daily life. From the apps we use to the website we visit, our personal information is constantly at risk. In 2023 only, over 5 billion personal records were compromised due to data breaches. These staggering number highlight just how vulnerable our personal information can be. In this presentation, we will delve into the core principle of data privacy, then examine the recent trends that have reshaped the landscape and explore best practices for protecting the sensitive data. By the end of this session, you will have a clearer understanding how data privacy affect you and how can safeguard your own and other information. So let's begin with the problem statement. The problem statement is the privacy concern in retail. So digital data is a critical driver for retail growth, enabling personalized experience, targeted marketing, and data-driven decision making. However, the resilience on consumer data has raised a significant privacy concern among consumers are increasingly worried about how their personal information is being tracked, collected, and utilized by the retail business. Some of the key challenges are retail business face delicate balancing act between leverage data to enhance the consumer experience and respecting the consumer privacy as well. Let's move to a very important thing, that the top concern, how business use the personal data. Like after doing the research, I got this data, like 48% of social media data are sold to the third parties. 40% of social media data are to be served to the targeted ads. 34% content of our email to be served for the targeted ad. Apart from that, 28% of our chats are served to targets ads. Apart from that, the last one is 21% of our data is used for the health data sold to the third parties, and that can be used for the different purposes. Now let's move to the proposed solution. Like I have proposed the three solutions for this data privacy. First is the privacy presenting the data mining. Uh, in this privacy presenting data mining involves analyzing the data to extract useful pattern of or information without basically compromising the privacy of the individual. This often achieved through technique that anonymize or our personal data. If I talk about a simple example, we can take an example of a retail company that wants to analyze purchase pattern to improve their product recommendation. They can use privacy preserving data mining to aggregate data at higher levels, such as by product category or demographic group, rather than individual customer detail. This way, they can identify the trends, preferences without exposing any personal data of the customer. Next is the differential privacy. It is also a very important solution. Basically, first we need to understand what is privacy. Differential privacy is a technique that ensures the individual data cannot be distinguished from the aggregated data. It adds a control noise to the data sets so that while aggregate information remain useful, the privacy of uh, individual data point is preserved. Here also we can take the example of a retail company may use differential privacy to share the aggregate shopping trends with the market analyst. By adding noise to the data, such as slightly altering the frequency of certain product purchase, the company can ensure the individual customer transaction cannot be tracked back. The third one is the transparent data practices. Basically, it is one of the most important solution that can be used by the company. The transparent data practices involve the clearly communicating with the customer about how their data is collected, used, and protected. This include protecting clear privacy policies and giving customer control over their data. Next is the future of the consumer privacy in retail. Basically, we need the continued evolution of privacy enhancing the technology. Apart from that, importance of transparent and responsible data management. And the third is the opportunity to for innovation and competitive advantage as well. Rather than viewing consumer privacy as a burden, forward thinking retail business can transform the challenges into an opportunity for innovation and competitive advantage by embracing this privacy preserving technology and developing creative solution that address the customer concern. These business can differentiate themselves in the market and position themselves as an industry leader as well. now moving to the next slide. What should be the conclusion? For the conclusion, we can use the balancing act. Basically, what is balancing act? Balancing data privacy with the need for the insightful data analysis is indeed a delicate balancing act. Here, we can break down the balancing act into several things like privacy versus insight. First of all, ensuring customer privacy while still gaining valuable insight from data can seem contradictory. Excessive data protection may limit the depth of insight, while more data exposure increase the privacy risk. The solution for this is implement the privacy preserving technique like anonymization of differential privacy. These methods allow the meaningful analysis without exposing the sensitive personal information. For example, using the differential privacy can help analyze shopping trends while masking the individual purchase histories. Second thing is transparency and complexity. Providing clear and transparent information about the data practices can be complex, and overly detailed explanation may overwhelm the customer or lead to misunderstandings. The solution for this is communicate in straightforward, user-friendly language, often summary points and easy understand privacy setting. Third is user control, giving user control over their data. Opting in or opting out from the collected data can sometimes affect the usability of the surface or limit the effectiveness of the data-driven feature. And the last one is the compliance. That is very important. Adhering to the privacy regulation like DPDP Act last year by the India can sometimes restrict the innovative users' data, making it challenging to stay compliant while pursuing new data-driven opportunity. These are some references that I have taken for my research paper, and that's all from my end. I'm open for the question. Hello.
Yes, thank you, Ashish, for your presentation.
Yeah, thank you, Harsh.
Okay.
Can I move out?
Yes, you can stop sharing.
Yeah.
Okay, so as now we have completed all the part presentation in this session, I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentation and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough for all. We, on behalf of the team of ICT4SD, thank you for your support during the 9th version of this conference and previous 8th version of the conference. We will be happy to have you all in the 10th version in 2025. All the papers have been already forwarded to the Springer, and all the presenters will be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. So the publication will be live within 6 months. So kindly cooperate with the team ICT4SD 2024. I also thank our session chair for chairing the session. And there's one token of appreciation to be a chair on behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and team ICT4SD 2024. Thank you, ma'am, for your presence over here.
Thank you so much, Harsh.
At the end, I would like to request you all to turn on your camera so we can capture a good memories of this virtual conference. I request everyone, if it is possible, you can turn on your camera. Thank you all for your presence. And thank you, ma'am, for once again to chair the session.
Thank you, Harsh.
Okay, everyone, stay safe and take care.
Same here.